So for my evaluation report, I had a student by the name of Evan Pearson. His date of birth was 2/14/2017, and during the evaluation, he was at the age of 12 years and 7 months. He is currently enrolled in Wilmington Middle School, and he is in grade 7, and the examiner was myself, Victoria M. Stedham. Initially, the teacher expressed a concern to the IEP team meeting that Evan was struggling with math processes and was having very low scores on in-class math exams. He has demonstrated a lot of defiant behaviors, as in showing aggression and task refusal for anything that was math related, or when he was asked to participate in math discussion. So, when we were looking at the background information, Evan's parents have stated that he has found had a lot of fondness for books from a very young age. He seems to understand what's being read to him, and he's able to discuss that with peers. Evan has also been a part of the resource room in the middle level, which means that he has school support staff throughout the whole entire time he's at school. He is able to have a modified classroom environment, and he has been given the opportunity to have help on any assignments that he might need. Overall, he is doing very well. He has 3s and 4s in writing, reading, and science. However, in mathematics, he has a 1, which means he is not meeting proficiency standards through the Common Core, and this has raised a concern for the students. For the assessment methods, we have decided to do the WJ3 test, which is a norm reference test, and this is designed to evaluate if an individual has a basic understanding of the Common Core subjects. These subjects include math, English, fluency, and science. During administration, it was shown that he was able to take 20 to 25 minutes to finish each test, as well as having an option to take his time. During the test observations, we found that Evan struggled greatly with the mathematics subtest designed for grade 4 level math skills, which means that he was only showing that he had knowledge up to grade 4, which is a concern being in grade 7. He became very flustered as soon as the second and third math problems arose, which means that Evan started to skip problems more frequently. During the grade 4 assessment, Evan seemed happier when he saw it was more of a reading test, which we should have understood that this was going to happen due to the idea that he has an understanding of what's being read to him, and this is a preferred activity. For the test results for the norm reference test, it was shown that he's in the 62 percentile for picture vocabulary. He's a little lower for oral comprehension and story recall. However, when this is compared to basic math and math skills, he is almost meeting, as we're in math, he is not meeting. So, as far as my conclusions, does Evan recognize the basic mathematical concepts? From these test results, it's important to understand that we can't fully state whether or not he understands these concepts because this is just a preliminary testing. However, due to the basic cluster scores, it is believed that Evan is only recognizing up to grade 4, meaning that he does have an understanding of basic concepts, but anything higher than grade 4, he is not showing. As far as what is concerning about Evan participating in classroom discussion, we didn't necessarily use the diagnostic test to deal with understanding this question. We used more of classroom observations because these tests were not a diagnostic test. I think a lot of this exhibits through his issue with attention, and through the observation testing, it's clear to see that he is struggling with using verbal words. What grade level is Evan in at the subject of mathematics? Like stated above, he is understanding a normative grade of 4.2, which means he has a grade level of 4 for a normal peer of 4th grade in the second month of school. Finally, what are some of the strong aspects of mathematics? Evan has been able to show us that he has a strong foundation in mathematical reasoning, which means that he's in the 62 percentile, which means he is meeting and almost above meeting. Are there any behavioral concerns for Evan? There are some attention issues, and I feel as if this was being observed and noted in the classroom and testing opportunities. However, it is not in my required statement, and I don't feel obligated to state that he does have behavioral concerns due to this test not being diagnostic. I do think that it's important that as a team that we come up with the opportunity to test deeper for attention difficulties and even behavioral concerns due to the issue of aggression. Are there any questions?